Welcome to the NASCAR IRWIN Tools Cup Series Season 3. We're here at Dover, the Monster Mile, for the 8th race of the season and the first in the 5-race chase, as we have 35 drivers ready to take on this racetrack, 12 laps, and we have 16 drivers that are fighting to make it into the next round of the chase, as today 4 drivers will be eliminated, and if you can win the race today, you can lock yourself into the round of 8, as the points will not reset after this race, as they will stay the same for the first 2 rounds, and it's going to be an intense fight. And we're going to look at your reseeding. You can see the guys that really need to have good runs: Jamie McMurray, Clint Boyer, Jimmy Johnson, Denny Hamlin. Those would be the 4 that would be out according to this. They need some good runs. They need to score some chase points. And then there's obviously got to be like Austin Dillon, Dale Jr., Kurt Busch that probably need to also they need to be up front. So now it's time for your Mountain Dew starting lineup for the AAA 400. On the pole, we have Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson. Both of them should have good enough cushions to make it in to the round of 12. Martin Truex Jr., he is by far going to be in. Keselowski, he's looking pretty good. Matt Kenseth and Jimmy Johnson. Matt Kenseth got in with his win. Jimmy Johnson, he needs to have a good run today if he wants to make it. Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott, as Ryan Blaney didn't make it, but Chase Elliott is in his first chase race. Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin. Kevin Harvick's looking good. Denny Hamlin is the 16th seed. He needs something to happen. Joey Logano and Jamie McMurray, as Joey Logano looking pretty good. McMurray needs to have a good run. Clint Boyer, Austin Dillon, both of them need to have strong performances if they want to advance to the round of 12. Ryan Newman and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Ryan Newman as well needs a good run. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is looking to crash the chase party. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kurt Busch, they're the last of the chasers, and they need some good runs, as that's not a good starting spot. Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez, 2 rookies hoping to get to the front. AJ Allmendinger and Trevor Bayne, the 2 of them have had consistent seasons. We'll see if they can keep that up. Casey Kane and Ty Dillon. Casey Kane choked up again. Ty Dillon, he's hoping to break through. Chris Buescher, Paul Menard, 2 drivers have just had okay seasons. Not terrible, but not good. David Reagan and Landon Castle, the 2 of them are looking for some momentum, especially for that front row team. Danica Patrick and Matt DiBenedetto. Danica Patrick having a terrible season. Matt DiBenedetto having a fairly good season. Michael McDowell and Regan Smith, as Regan Smith is probably in his final week of subbing for Eric Almirola. Then we have a ride switch at BK Racing. Corey LaJoie in the 23, Ryan Sieg in the 83. Let's see if they crash less. And then we have JJ Yaley rounding it out. So now it's time for your Cars 3 honorary starter, as Cars 3 still going strong in theaters. And we're going to look at your honorary starter. So it is Anna Leon, and the pace car is Cruz Ramirez, the breakout start Cars 3. So now we're going to restart. Lap 1 out of 12. Green flag is in the air, and the chase is underway. Kyle Busch gets the lead, but Martin Truex Jr. is behind him. As Martin Truex Jr. Kyle Larson battle, and you can see the monster can bite at any minute as Kyle Busch is trying to pull away, but Martin Truex Jr. is going to see if he can close in as they fly down into turn 3 and turn 4. Kyle Busch would lead lap 1. Kyle Larson going to see if he can get the outside work in, see if he can get around. Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney side by side behind them, as Kyle Busch, you can see down through the Mountain Dew USA tunnel as they head down the backstretch and out through the Pepsi Cherry tunnel. You can see Kyle Busch continues to lead. Lap 3 out of 12. Kyle Busch, and now Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Larson battle as they're still side by side. I can't believe one of them hasn't been able to break even. Matt Kenseth in 4th, Keselowski in 5th. The 2 of them are doing fairly well. And Kyle Larson now, he's going to go around the outside, put Kyle Larson into 2nd. Does he have something for Kyle Busch? Lap 4 out of 12. Kyle Busch continues to lead as they head into turn, and Michael McDowell gets hooked and into the wall. Caution is out for Michael McDowell. He got turned, it looked like, by Corey LaJoie, and he's going to bring out our first caution. Let's look at this. Yeah, Corey LaJoie looks like hooked him. So Michael McDowell ends early. I mean, at least it isn't a BK car crashing for the 10,000th time. And Michael McDowell is going to go behind the wall. Just terrible day for him. So now we have a one-lap dash for the halfway bonus. Lap 6 out of 12. Green flag back in the air. Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson are going to fight for it. Kyle Larson on the outside. He's looking for some more chase points, as he is probably going to make it regardless, so he's got to go for it. And you can see now they head down in turn 3. Martin Truex Jr. is going to lurk, and he gets into him, and Kyle Busch hooks Kyle Larson, and he's in the wall. Caution is out. Kyle Larson gets hooked, and he is in the wall, and we end under caution. Martin Truex Jr. wins a halfway bonus. 1 through 5 get chase points. 1 through 10 obviously get other points. You can see Kyle Larson hits the wall. He's going to come down pit road and get some minor repairs. He will be back in this race, and he's going to see if he can catch up. I mean, he's probably good for the round of 12. This won't hurt him much, but he's going to miss out on some points. So now we're going to restart. Lap 8 out of 12. Green flag back in the air. Martin Truex Jr. has the lead as they go down. Kyle Busch and then Johnson gets a run, and they're down. And no, Logano hooks Denny Hamlin. Caution is out again, and Denny Hamlin, this is one of them who needed a good run, and he's into the wall. Look at this. Hamlin cuts down, it looked like, on Logano, and Logano just took him out. As Hamlin not very happy with Joey Logano. And remember, these two have a history, as Hamlin wrecked Logano at Richmond, so the feud's brewing, but Hamlin's chances of making it are probably over. So now we're going to restart lap 10 out of 12. Green flag is in the air. Jimmy Johnson somehow in this thing, and he gets a great restart alongside Martin Truex Jr. Jimmy Johnson, the king of Dovers, and Ryan Blaney goes 3 wide. Ryan Blaney could crash this chase party, get his first career win. How would that be? Lap 11 out of 12, 2 laps to go. Can Jimmy Johnson hold off a hungry Martin Truex Jr.? As Truex, he's got enough chase points. He's got to go for the win. Jimmy Johnson does it. And you can see back here we got Austin Dillon, Jamie McMurray, Ryan Newman battling for the final spot, as we're going to see which one of them can make it in. It's going to be close points battle. Final lap. Jimmy Johnson has a commanding lead. And you can see Martin Truex Jr. is not really closing on him. As they head down, you can see Austin Dillon trying to hold off Kurt Busch and Jamie McMurray through turns 3 and 4. The master at Dover is going to win yet again. Jimmy Johnson wins at Dover, and he comes out of nowhere. Who would have known? Jimmy Johnson, after having a terrible regular season, the 48 goes to victory lane in his house. So Jimmy Johnson gets it done. Let's watch this restart. Matt Kenseth gives him a good push, and Jimmy Johnson's able to do it around the outside. He's the master at Dover, and Jimmy Johnson gets his first win of the season, and he has won in all 3 seasons, which is pretty good. So Johnson is going to burn it down in front of his pit stall, and the fans are cheering, and there he is going to do his burnout. What a great win for the 48 car. So congrats to number 48 at Brennan G1824. Jimmy Johnson is in the round of 8 for the 3rd year in a row. So here's your results. Jimmy Johnson first, Truex second. Ryan Blaney surprisingly gets 3rd. Then we have Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, Joey Logano, Austin Dillon, Kurt Busch, Jamie McMurray. They're at their own chasers. And then Ryan Newman in 15th, as looks like with McMurray and Newman might not be enough. Dale Jr. in 19th, certainly not what he was looking for. He thought he had a good car, but he could not get to the front in the long run. And now we're going to look at your second page. So we have, Trevor May and Ty Dillon, but Kyle Larson gets 27th, couldn't get back up there. Denny Hamlin, 31st. That is kind of a disappointment. I thought Denny Hamlin was going to do a lot better. And then we have Michael McDowell in last place. Not a BK Racing car. I mean, for the first time, I think, all season, both BK Racing cars finished the race. That deserves a round of applause right there. That's a miracle itself. So here's your final round of 16 standings. Jimmy Johnson wins, and look at all these insane point totals ahead. Look at Truex plus 57. And you can see Austin Dillon and Clint Boyer. They got in at the last minute. You can see Dale Jr. is out. Jamie McMurray once again eliminated in the round of 16. Ryan Newman 5 points out. Denny Hamlin, the real loser, he was 22 points out. This just was not the 11 team this season. And here's your round of 12 standings. Jimmy Johnson, remember, he's locked into the round of 8 as we're giving bonus to the guy who wins. And you can see here, then we have Truex, Kyle Busch, Larson, Kenseth, Harvick, Logano, Keselowski. They all have cushions, but now you can see, sure, like Austin Dillon and Clint Boyer made it into the round of 12, but they have a steep hill to get into the round of 8. As you can see, Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, Austin Dillon, and Clint Boyer all on the outside, but you never know. That could all change to this next track we're going to, as race 9 is going to be at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's going to be probably one of the biggest races in the Cup Series history. There's going to be a lot of change. We have 20 laps. It's going to be a 20-lap race around the mile and a half, and we're going to have quarter bonuses instead of halfway bonuses. So lap 5 and lap 10 of the race, we'll get some points. We'll get some chase points, and those two could add up to a lot of points at the end of the day. But for now, Jimmy Johnson is your winner at Dover, as once again he goes back to back here in Dover, and the round of 12 is set.